Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages, and I got stars. Okay, let's tune in first. Yes, welcome. I hope you are well and good. Feeling love sauce. Fueling it. Spilling it everywhere. Refilling it. Tapped into the unlimited source of the earth. Okay. Let's do it. My new water vessel. Yes. Okay. We got one. Patience. You got to have patience. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm, which is beautiful because yesterday's reading we had divine timing come up twice, and actually divine timing landed on divine timing, which was reaffirming. So be patient and allow divine timing, right, to reveal all the things that need to be revealed. All in due time. It's like on my 17th birthday, it was after school, and I was like, hey guys, anybody want to hang out? Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm doing stuff. Oh, no, I can't. Oh. And so I walked home by myself, and I was like, woe is me, it's my birthday, and I got nobody to hang out with, right? And then I got home, and my mom was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live here. No, it's my birthday. Nobody wants me, right? She had balloons up and stuff like that. And then she was like, there's a surprise birthday party for you happening. But they forgot to get somebody to hang out with me and bring me at the appropriate time. Anyways, I was like, yay! But I was also like, but come on, guys, get it together here, right? Anyways, I don't know. That just came up interestingly enough. My 17th birthday, 17. I actually have that on video, some of it. Okay. I think the story was things may not be as they appear, right? And to make the most of it. I did have a nice little jaunt by myself on my way home. I always had to walk through this park. And so I hung out at this park a little bit, and I just took my time, and it was actually quite nice, right? And it turned out, I did have people who loved me, and there was a party and all this kind of stuff. So don't rush through this time it may be your last opportunity to hang out by yourself. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. That's funny. Independence. Okay. Yes. That's funny. A 35. Independence. Okay. Yes, independence. It's been a necessary part of the transformation. We've got the butterfly on her head there, all over the place actually. And she's watching or noticing, or there's this woman walking up the stairs here. Part of doing things on our own is to remind ourselves that we can, to prove to ourselves that we can be our own saviors and protectors and healers and lovers, right? And it really contrasts the people around. Something about that time and the place. Okay. So you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. This requires surrender, right? And an allowance of the things that are to be. The things that are to be, but the things that are to be as well. You know what I'm saying? What do we got? Healing. Beautiful. Yes. Healing. That's what you had to do independently. Especially when you're healing codependent wounds, right? And to be fair, you were conditioned into a certain level of codependency that required you to abandon yourself. And so it makes sense to remove yourself from other so that you can focus on yourself, because as long as there is other around, there is deflection from self. I can help you, I can serve you, I can focus on you, and then I don't have to focus on me, right? So trust the healing that you have done during your independent phase. This is part of the Hermit, right? The Hermit journey and the star journey is allowing yourself the space on whatever level is possible to go in, to heal, to be. What do we got? Algis, which is really beautiful actually, because I am also reminded that today is the full buck moon. I mean, this is a stag, but stags are also bucks. Okay, not all bucks are stags. I actually came face to face with a stag's skull and antlers, and it was massive. As soon as I walked in the door, it was just right there, surrounded by gorgeous crystals and stuff in this beautiful crystal shop in Nanaimo. That's actually moving. I think it's called the Triple Moon something. Triple Moon something. Anyways, they're moving. I don't know where they're moving to, but you could follow them on Instagram to find out. Okay. But anyways, you don't realize how big those freaking things are until you're you're face to face with one, right? Or face to skull. I mean, it was massive. Anyways, okay. So, something about the power and protection of the stag. Okay. Let's read it. Let's read Algis. What you got for us? Protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. Wow. Powerful, powerful confirmation. Okay. Independence, protection, defense, courage, and higher self. The king's stag stands proud and tall with mighty antlers. He bestows his protection on all in his kingdom. Emperor vibes, right? Leading by example, the stag teaches the young how to show courage in the face of danger. Bambi, come with me if you want to live, right? I don't think he says that, but he does show up and make sure Bambi gets out of the fire, right? Alga's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness. This rune is an aid to speak and commune with spirit and the higher powers. In a reading, it references a connection with the gods and an awakening. You have been granted divine protection that is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening. Okay, so Algis offering protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. Okay, which is gorgeous. Your healing, contributing to your independence with the independence card here too, 35, and then patience. Patience. Not to be confused with Beyonce. Okay. Oh. While you are patient, you are connecting. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles coming out right away. There's your connectedness to nature, to the elements, to your higher self, to the earth, to your intuition, which is your higher self connection, but beautiful. You needed to go through the independence to learn how to connect as well. There are multiple modes afforded by your independence in your healing, right? With your healing. This is the thing. Yes, we can be surrounded by others, loved ones. We could be co-journeying, but it's parallel, right? We are all, it's kind of like you were born alone, you die alone, you heal alone, you evolve alone, whether you're surrounded with people or not, whether you are blessed to expand with others in tandem or not, right? What else we got? The Wheel of Fortune coming out, which is beautiful, and your independence, you're looking at the Wheel of Fortune. This is where the patience comes in. You've done the healing work. You've been protected during it, right? And you've learned how to connect and to balance. And this turns the wheel. There's something about collective fate and individual fate. And okay. You've gone through a lot with this Four of Swords here. This is the take the time to process and rest after much diligent work, right? You've put to rest a lot of things. Now your body needs to rest, to acclimate. Look at all the healing tools that I never really noticed hanging around in the background, like chimes, this fire energy, because they're the triangle, right? Facing up. So it's like burning away the old, that letting go, the release, right? And then your body needs to adjust. It's just like when you have major surgery. You need to rest a lot in order to heal. And you are healing still, even though you're mostly healed, right? It's like tattoos. They heal on the surface, 3 weeks or so, but there's so much. There's like at least 6 months worth of healing still happening beneath the surface. Okay. So this is why you let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm, right? You are trusting in divine timing of all things, in the revelation, in the wheel turning and the adjustments to be reflected, your internal adjustments being reflected on your external. Finding stability in your healing. And I hear that. There was about a week or so, I don't know, maybe it was a month, where I've just been sleeping for hours. Sleeping for hours. I feel like I'm just kind of coming back out where I'm just sleeping normally now. Good. We got the Three of Pentacles coming out. This is beautiful. This is your spiritual team celebrating, cheering you on, directing you. I'm also getting a countdown happening here and collaboration. So this is beautiful. This is maybe a confirmation once collaborations start coming in of your move from independence. Now, this doesn't mean, I put in my time independent, now I'm going back to codependency, right? This is an evolution and expansion of your independence. This is maintaining your sovereignty and wholeness of self and collaborating with others. This is the Two of Cups, right? To presenting as a overflowing cup and having that mirrored back to you in your relationships by other people who are also independent, right? Okay. So we've got the Page of Swords coming out here. This is confidently moving forward. This is gaining momentum. Moving confidently forward. It's not quite as confident as you would be if you were a Queen of Swords, right? It's like the feminine, like the youthful reflection of the queen, the princess, right? So still developing, there we go, the confidence to wield your truth sword, to move forward, being guided by your truth. There we go. Oh, there we go. And justice. Okay. This also fell over here, and I feel like the wheel turning and beautiful collaborations. This is all part of the divine justice. Again, individual and collective. And what's this one? It's the King of Cups and the Tower. Okay. So actions from your heart space could create towers in other people's worlds. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? And also a tower that may happen that's going to activate your heart space and inspire you to take action on your heart. Something gorgeous this way comes. Okay, and I feel like this is why you need to rest, rejuvenate. This is why you are being protected at this time. Having the patience. Also, right, your independence because of this pink and the pink of the king. It's like learning how to act from your heart space, right? To take action from your heart. You needed to do this. What am I doing because my heart tells me to, versus doing everything because you feel like it's expected of you or other people require you to do these things to prove yourself to them or whatever, right? Part of your independence is that reestablishing your heart song, right? And being able to hear its sweet melody. Okay. Oh, yes. Also through your tending and integrating of your shadow aspects, the tending of your spirituality, these things have were a necessary part of your process to move you towards your higher self and connection, right? Just like people who feel like they have run out of all their options suddenly turn to God, right? Certain things are laid in our path in order to bring us home, I want to say. Lead us. In the same way that experience leads to wisdom, right? Okay. Anybody else? There you go. Who this? It's the Five of Cups. Yes. This was part of the process of your becoming. The things that helped to solidify your position. You know, I was talking to my son and he was saying that because, okay, his dad and I split up when he was 2, but we maintained a family dynamic for the good of the boy, right? So that he would have his family dynamics. And, I was a huge component in that. There was a lot of suppression of myself to keep the peace, to maintain, to allow, to ensure, to support, to encourage. But around 20, when he was around 20, those old ways had to end, right? And anyways, I'm like, how do I talk about things without talking about things? So in the end, okay, one of us is salty and one of us isn't, okay? And I'll tell you, I am the one who's not salty. And I tried to explain it to my boy. I'm like, no, I'm grateful because the consistency that I have received has allowed me to finally see what has always been there, right? It's like hitting a brick wall, running into a brick wall so many times, and you're constantly crying and wet, and then you realize, oh, it's my own blood, right? From hitting this wall. I don't like this blood in my face all the time. Oh, if I just stop running into this wall, I'll stop bleeding. Oh, okay. But the wall did its job by maintaining its purpose. It served its purpose. I don't know where I butchered it, but you know what I'm saying, right? This is how we are encouraged into positions where we are meant to be. There's and it's about forgiveness, right? And recognition that all pathways lead to here. And to be here now fully is to be present with everything, but also an acknowledgement of all the steps to get you there. Yes, something like that. Okay. But we've got the Ten of Pentacles coming out, okay? And this is part of the process. Learning what really matters, what you put your focus on, and how it contributes to your abundance, right? It's like having someone you love tell you that you're not as good as you think you are, right? And, you're out on your own doing your healing. And then you're like, I think I'm doing pretty good. And then you hear, you're not as good as you think you are. And it's like, oh, right? Maybe I'm not. Maybe, the other people can see better than, no. The other people can only see at the capacity that they are able to see. And the amount of healing and work that you have gone through, you're practically invisible to them. So their perspective of you should reflect that, right? They've got no weight because you see that they can't see, right? Something like that. Okay. I feel like there's like two messages and they're like intersecting here. This is all part of your healing journey, okay? Wow. It's part of your journey to be balanced, okay? Because the Justice is where I would put the Queen in this spread, opposite the King. So this balancing of your internal spaces, of your emotions, has been part of your healing, has led to your independence, has been your protection, is part of your own tower. Look what you did. Look at the work that you've done. Look how far you've come. Okay, and in the topic of collaboration and reflection, balance within, reflected externally, right? So this has definitely been your healing journey here. Being protected and supported while you acclimate. Wow. Okay. Let's get some of these guys. Let's see what they have to say. And that's the thing, you can show up for somebody time and time again. You can jump through all the hoops in the way that they lay out. They need you to jump through in order to prove yourself as being whatever. And you do all these things, and they still expect you to do all the things. They don't recognize, like, okay, now it's your turn. Okay, now it's your turn to do stuff. But anyways. And then you never hear from them again. That's the end of that story. Then you never hear from them again, and you're like, okay, thank you. I needed that because apparently I wasn't seeing it before, but now I do. So thank you, right? Okay. Let whatever needs to come up and let it go. Okay, yes. Look at this. Hermit and the Four of Wands. Beautiful. I'm also getting this movement, right? This movement away. Or it could be movement towards, I guess, depending on which way you're looking. Okay, but it's balance, right? Fours speak about your sturdy stability, your structure. So this is a passionate, balanced, celebratory energy. And the Hermit with the white. Is that a stag? I think it might be. Okay, the white stag. Wow, with all that stag action. So this further supports your divine protection during your independent part of your healing journey. And collaboration and stability and balance that you foster, create. I just want to get one more card because for balance, okay? Now that's going opposite the balance card. which brings it right underneath the Four of Wands and the wheel turning in your favor. Okay, but it's also beside your Four of Swords and your healing and your ability to rewire how you perceive what you focus on, what you've lost or what you have, right? This opens you up to beautiful relationships with other. It's no longer, you're no longer seeking external validation. And so you're not just allowing anybody access. They have to be reflections of your heart space, same values, same modus operandi. No, it doesn't have to be that similar. Reflections don't mean exact copies, right? But, definitely people who are also spilling, overflowing their love sauce everywhere they go, right? We got the mama and the babies out there. And a white butterfly. Okay. We got one. We're gonna get any other ones. Okay. We got a clump. Okay, this one landed on your healing, and it's the hanged one. Okay. This period, we're back to full circle with the patience, right? You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. This means not forcing, not chasing, not making things happen that aren't happening. This is recognizing that this is a time to stabilize, to heal, and to connect. And when the time is right, the things will happen as they are meant to. Okay, we got the High Priestess and the Emperor flipping up here. This is beautiful. This is you being divinely in tuned, listening and connecting to your higher wisdom and your inner knowing, and ruling with love, for love, because of love. Okay, we've got the chrysalis. Look at this, all fell on the wheel here, by the way. So this is either contributing, a result of, contributing to, or the result of the wheel turning. Okay, so transformation. Yes, I feel like this is you, the hanged one. In your chrysalis, okay. We are in a constant state of death and rebirth. It is part of expansion. It's the never-ending story. Okay, what else we got? Oh, we got devils. Okay, but I feel like this is the integration of shadow aspects, which was an important part of your healing, to face all aspects of self and own and integrate and release. Okay, which has been the process, right, of transformation, of turning into one who is balanced. Just like masculine, feminine energies, the light and the shadow, right? All very important parts of the process that help you to shine beautifully, boldly, as you are meant to. And finally, divine timing. Beautiful. Okay. The final card. So let the universal energy of transformation and divine timing move according to its own loving rhythm. Yes. Okay. We'll get a couple of these guys. A couple telepathy oracle cards. Telepathy. Any of these cards wanna come up? Not a one. Okay, we'll do another Sheffy. There's some. There's some. Just needed to be shuffied. Surprise! You may be surprised. Okay. This is the thing, right? We're talking about that came up. Surprise birthday party. Okay. Something about that. We've got rekindle on patience. Okay. Every relationship has those magical moments that can be rekindled. So maybe there is a rekindling, a new, an ignition. No. A restart. What's landing on your healing link? The bond of love grows stronger over time. As you heal, those who are linked to you also heal. Oh, that's nice. Well, energetically, right? They either evolve with you energetically or they fall away because energy works like that. Okay. We got trust. You need trust in a relationship for it to thrive. This landed on the lovers and divine timing. So trust in all the things. This is your faith, right? You got your spirit is about to be sublimated. Sublimated. What does that mean? And oh, wow. Strength, embrace, and observe. Okay. The power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. This is what I'm talking about. That's the power of love. Okay. You draw in your mirrors in your gorgeous being by holding your frequency. This is why you're being patient, right? You are magnetizing in your gorgeous reflections. Embrace what fate has in store for you, okay? You're going to be surprised and your spirit is about to be sublimated. You are trusting in all of the processes and embracing your justice here. And observe, notice all the noteworthy things in your relationships. Okay, and this is one of the key things that is your takeaway from your excuse me, healing. Is your ability to observe situations and see them as they are, not as you project upon them. This has been a huge part of your independence, right? This integration of shadow. Why do you always gotta overgive? Because I'm looking for validation, because I was conditioned to overgive for very little in return, right? And this is why we end up seeking relationships that mirror our experience. What it is, it's actually reflecting our unhealed versions of self. And by healing those versions, you the reflection changes. Something like that. Okay, let's get somebody to come out today. Crystal? They did kind of come out there for a second. Let's get a crystal card. It's a 13. Which is balance. Beautiful. Beautiful confirmation. The King and Queen of Cups and your justice and all that talk about balancing and stability and all that stuff. Okay. Time, personal space, achievement. You are often pulled in many different directions as you go about daily life and may feel overwhelmed by the demands on your time. This card signals the need for balance. Review your current situation and assess your priorities and motivations. Have you been spending too much time in one area of your life at the expense of another? What is needed to correct the balance? Be gentle with yourself as you search out the motivations behind your actions. Beautiful. And yes, creating a life balance is an ongoing process that changes with time. Your family, friends, work, spirituality, and personal aspirations are all areas within which to participate, grow, and feel joy. Take the time to have fun and play within all the areas of your life. I just saw a queen bee with her twin masks. She's a DJ. She's a DJ. Okay. Let's put that one over here. Okay. Get a couple charms. And we look. Let's see. So, lots going on here as you witnessed in the reading. Lots of angles coming out here. But we've got the death of the old way. Okay, I feel like this is a coming out of a period of healing and independence and moving towards collaboration and abundance and beautiful gorgeousness. Okay, We've got an emperor who is also a witch, magical. You may be intuiting your emperor vibes, a call to step up. If you're being called or feeling the intuitive nudge to rule your empire, this is your sign. Okay, we've got the dragon. I feel like in your hermit phase was when you were introduced to your dragon, recognized your own internal power and ability to transmute dense energies into liquid sunshine. Okay, and how to utilize the elements. Look at this balance between fire and water here. Beautiful. Finding balance in your hermiting and recognizing the potential within. This is my bird full of eggs. And yes, this is something you access through your transformation. Okay, we've got beautiful love and decadence, learning how to love self, embrace your inner child, um, cater to your heart. We've got the scribe reindeer here, who is my wish messenger. Make sure wishes get to where they want to go, where they got to go. This is something else you need to learn how to do, to be intentional, to ask for what it is that you want. This is one of the things from being a people pleaser, right? Nobody asks you what you want. They just require you to give them and, do whatever they want to do. So a lot of the times we develop a not knowing what it is that we want. And then we seek those who will choose for us so we don't have to find out, because what if what we want is something that they don't want, and then what we want is wrong or bad or not good enough or unvalid or whatever. So just do what you want to do, and then I don't have to hear about how what I want isn't what I actually want, right? It's a whole thing that you're rewiring, but you're holding your faith like Jesus, holding the love, turning the other cheek, not letting the words and actions of others change you, change your heart. Okay, and we've got the Cinderella slipper. I feel like this transformation, this growth, this movement, this time has been tailored especially for you. And my new rose charm is blooming. Okay, this is your bloom era. Look at this. She's like, is that me blooming? Yes, it is. Okay. And you're gorgeous. What do we got over here? Look, we got love on love, which is beautiful and peaceful. Yes, we want peaceful love. We want to just be at peace and love and trust, right? Is that so hard to ask for? Okay. Celebrate. This is a good time to celebrate the healing that you've done, the things that you've released. Also, that self-care element, right? During your recovery stage. Oh, I almost didn't see this key. Beautiful. Something is about to be unlocked in divine timing. Gorgeous. Yes, exactly. All these stages and phases were part of your process in becoming wise, in becoming sovereign in becoming balanced and masterful and gorgeous. So trust the process, be patient, observe, and prepare, because your spirit is about to be sublimated. And I feel like that is gorgeous. I feel like it's gonna be gorgeous. Okay. That's what I have for you. Hope there was something in there that helps and supports you, encourages you, balances you, empowers you, and at least reminds you that you're gorgeous. Okay, love you, appreciate you, and see you next time. Bye for now.